Good morning, Ms. Anding.
Good morning.
Where do you live?
I live in Houston, Texas.
In February of 2009, were you working as a waitress in Sullivan's Steakhouse?
Yes.
Is Sullivan's Steakhouse a restaurant and bar combo?
Yes.
And is that also located in Houston, Texas?
Yes.
Ms. Anding, do you recognize someone in the courtroom today that you met while working at Sullivan's?
Yes.
Would you please indicate by pointing and describing what that person's wearing?
Black vest, suit vest with a purple shirt and a purple tie.
According to an identified Dr. Murray for the defendant.
Thank you, Your Honor.
You're welcome.
Ms. Anding, when you met the defendant, you were working at Sullivan's?
Yes.
And he came in as a patron?
Yes.
During that first meeting, did the defendant give you his telephone number?
Yes.
Did you also give him your phone number?
No.
But he gave you his phone number and invited you to contact him. Is that accurate?
Leading the witness. I'll sustain the objection.
Dr. Murray gave you his telephone number, correct?
Yes.
At some point, did you dial his telephone number?
Yes.
And did he answer?
Yes.
After that first meeting and your telephone contact with Conrad Murray, did the two of you spend time together?
Yes.
Did you also communicate with him by calling him on his telephone?
Yes.
Did he also contact you by calling you on your cell phone or a telephone?
Yes.
Did you ever exchange text messages with him?
Yes.
So he would text you and you would also text him, correct?
Yes.
Ms. Anding, from the time you met in February of 2009 until June of 2009, did you maintain regular contact either in person or through a telephone with Conrad Murray so that you got to know each other better?
Yes.
Did Conrad Murray refer to you as his girlfriend during that period of time?
Yes, but excuse me, only in like a playing sense. If we were at my job or if any other guests tried to talk to him, he would tell them that, no, I can't talk to you because that's my girlfriend over there, and would point me out.
Is that something that he would be saying in the club location?
Well, when he said that time, it was just to play around.
Did he say that more than once?
No, just once.
Turning your attention to June 25th of 2009, did Conrad Murray call you that day?
Yes.
And where were you located, in Houston or somewhere else when he called you?
Houston.
I'd like to show you an exhibit that previously has been marked as People's Number 52. Thank you, Ms. Benson. Ms. Anding, directing your attention to the exhibit that is on the overhead projector, do you see your phone number, 832-366-3832, displayed on this exhibit?
Yes.
Was that your telephone number on June 25th of 2009?
Yes.
And you reviewed phone records or looked at records prior to coming to court today indicating that that call placed by Conrad Murray to your cell phone occurred at 11:51 a.m. Is that accurate?
Yes.
Receiving a telephone call from Conrad Murray was nothing extraordinary or unusual on June 25th of 2009, was it?
Can you repeat the question?
Sure. When Conrad Murray called you on June 25th of 2009. It wasn't anything extraordinary or unusual, was it?
No.
So tell me how the conversation went. He dialed you up, and what did he say to you?
What he said to me was, "Hello, it's Conrad Murray." And he said, "How are you doing?" And I said, "Hello, how are you doing?" "I'm doing fine. I haven't talked to you in a while. How are you?" And then that's when he said, "Well," and then he didn't say anything. He just paused. And
Let me stop you for a second, please.
Mhm.
So you exchanged your normal greetings, and you said that you hadn't heard from him, you hadn't seen him in a while?
Mhm.
Is that yes?
Yes, sorry.
Then did you see him in May of 2009 in Houston prior to this phone call?
Yes.
And the two of you went to dinner?
Yes.
So back to the telephone conversation, you exchanged your greetings, and you asked Dr. Murray how he is doing?
Yes.
And what did he say to you?
Just said, "Well," and then paused.
And then what happened?
And then that's when I said, "Well, let me tell you about my day." And I started telling him about my day.
And did he respond back to you?
No, that's when I realized he was no longer on the phone.
What do you mean by that?
Well, I was just talking, and the next thing you know, it's like I said, "Hello, hello," and I didn't hear anything. And that's when I pressed the phone against my ear, and I heard mumbling of voices. It sounded like the phone was maybe in his pocket or something. It was shh, and I heard coughing, and nobody answered.
Okay, let's go back a bit. So at some point during your conversation, you realize that he's not saying anything back to you. Is that accurate?
Yes.
About how long into your conversation with him would you estimate that he stopped responding or speaking back to you?
Let's say maybe, well, when I realized 5 to 6 minutes, but he probably could have been off the phone before that.
So if I'm understanding you correctly, about 5 or 6 minutes into the telephone call, you realized that he had not been saying anything back to you. Do I have that right?
Yes.
So you told us that you pressed the phone closer to your ear and you heard sounds that made you think that the phone might be in his pocket or something?
Yes.
And describe the coughing sounds that you said that you heard, please.
The coughing sounds I heard was more of
Did you recognize any voices?
no, it was the phone, I couldn't really hear as much. I just heard mumbling.
You heard mumbling?
Mm-hmm.
Is that yes? Did you recognize the mumbling to be from Conrad Murray's voice that you recognize, or some voice that you did not recognize?
I didn't recognize the voices at all.
And you indicated to us that you kept saying, "Hello, hello." Did you say anything else in the phone besides "hello, hello"?
From what I remember, I said, "Hello, hello, are you there? Hello."
And you repeated that phrase or those words several times?
Yes.
Did you ever receive an answer from Conrad Murray to any of your questions or statements of hello?
No.
What did you do next?
I hung up the phone and I tried calling back and there was no answer. I tried calling back again, no answer. I tried texting over and over and no reply.
And at some point later that day, you of course learned that Michael Jackson died. Is that correct?
Yes.
Ms. Anding, I'd like to turn now to your next conversation with Conrad Murray after the conversation that you've just described for us that occurred on June 25th, 2009. Around